hate you! Well, I hate your hate for me! I hate the way he said that he hates your hate!
Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Haters Gonna Hate. Yay! So, anyway, in this episode, we're going to be focusing on one topic, of course, which is probably going to be encasing a lot of topics all at once. And this topic is literature. But to be more specific, it's fantasy and sci-fi and how they're not original, which is true, they're not. You can't be original in those two genres because everything else has already, because everything's been done. Now, there's some writers out there that are really good but are very cliche. A good example would be Christopher Paolini. Yeah, he's a good author, I'll say it. Stephenie Meyer, although I hate her work, she's a good author. J.K. Rowling, a lot of people don't like her. I do personally. She's a good writer. J.R.R. Tolkien, a lot of people like him. He's not original, and he's very cliched, but it's still a good read. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people fail to notice. Tolkien wasn't as original as people think. He wasn't. Simple as that. And it's very hard to be talking to you while my cat is in the way. So I will move said cat after she says hi. And I will be continuing. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, it's hard to be original in almost any genre. You have action, romance, fantasy, sci-fi, adventure, comedy. All of these genres you can't be original in. It's impossible. Honestly, try to find yourself an author that is original. And I could probably show you 3 or 4 different things that he took from different, not necessarily different authors, but different parts in, say, mythology or just mainly mythology, or even from people like H.G. Wells. He was slightly original. Very slight. He still, but back then he was in the 1800s. Mary Shelley was original. It's understandable. When she made Frankenstein, there were a lot of fears out there. There was the fear of electricity. There was the fear of organ, of certain things like that, of turning around and getting, chopped up and put back together again with different body parts, which ended up resonating a lot when organ transplants became a little more common. There's also, actually, if you think about it, Doctor Who. There's something that a lot of people would say is original, but they're aliens. It's not really original. The species are original. Species are actually very well thought. But I'm getting off topic now, so let's get back on the topic. Just like that. So, anyway, when you get to certain things like Paolini, if anybody with enough of a brain can actually see that he has taken bits and pieces. He didn't really cut and paste a lot of things. He took from Tolkien. Yeah, it's hard not to take from people who have been deemed, someone like Tolkien, the father of fantasy. It's, there's Star Wars, the whole Garrow, Aragon, uncle, nephew goes off for a great quest after his uncle is brutally murdered, sort of thing. Not that hard to see the parallels. And, also from Lord of the Rings you get Aragon, Aragorn, Arya, Arwen. Again, if any of you have ever read The Lord of the Rings, I have. I've seen the movies. The movies are actually pretty good, and I'm really looking forward to The Hobbit. But anyway, you have, you have all those. You have certain things that he took, certain names that he twisted around slightly, that sort of thing. It's okay. Fantasy authors are okay with it, even dead ones. And here's why. Because every fantasy writer knows it's hard to be original. It's very hard to be original. Simple as that. You could turn around and try to be original, but there's a big bet that it's probably going to suck and you're probably end up not going to be that original anyway. When people turn around and say, oh, Tolkien was the father of fantasy, he was so original. Yeah, about that. Tolkien, you need to come back from the dead long enough to let us know that you weren't that original. Not hating on your work. Really ain't. I'm not. But he wasn't as original as people think. He didn't create elves. He didn't create dwarfs. He didn't even create dragons. I've seen places where they said Tolkien created all this shit. I have. I shit you not. But anyway, Tolkien took from Macbeth. What did he take, you might ask? He took the woods in Isengard moving. Because here's the thing, when he was a little kid, he went to see Macbeth. And of course, that line from Macbeth, as I stood my watch upon the hill, anon methought the wood began to move. And it just ends up being with guys with leaves in their hats. That, if a kid is really excited about something, you have to put it in his mindset. He was excited to see this. I mean, stoked. He was like, oh my god, the wood's gonna move, the wood's gonna move, the wood's gonna move. Aww. That sort of thing would, when you get old enough to start actually writing your own material, you'd be like, I know, I'm gonna make that wood move. So what did he do? He made it move. Now, I know that a lot of, and what's the other thing? He took the Golden Hall of Meduseld. He didn't even change the name or description. Seriously, look up, go to your local library, take out the Two Towers, and then take out Beowulf. Open up the part where it describes Meduseld, and then open up the book where it describes Theoden's Hall, Meduseld. It's sort of the same. It technically it is the same. He cut and pasted that. So if you're going to end up bashing somebody because they're being quote unquote unoriginal or they're being sucky, for the love of God, do your research before you even mention someone that's like a great author like Tolkien, because then that might actually stop you in your tracks, back yourself up, and then go, well, wait a minute, now I gotta work on this too. So, yeah. And here's the reason why I had the haters gonna hate this first episode be about literature. I was surfing through YouTube, and I know that this haters are gonna hate episode's a little late. It's almost a month late. I've been searching and looking like crazy for something, and I found a video. Now, I warned you in my previous one that if I found a video and if it was yours, I'm not saying that this person is necessarily one of my subscribers, but like I said, if this person does not have the comments enabled, or if they've disabled them because, like I said, they are a thin-skinned pussy, yeah, you're gone. Not so much gone, but you're in this video. So I'd like to welcome to the show and her her video, and the link to the video is going to be right down here. Jadis Greenbird, everybody. You are a thin-skinned pussy that likes to dress up as an emo. Not even a really pretty emo. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably rock emo better than you. I could too. I've done it, and I've tried it, and I've rocked it probably harder than she has. Except for the I hate my life. except for all that, she ended up actually recommending people, if they wanted a good read, she recommended this book about a post-apocalyptic world. I went to my local library and I looked at this book and I read the first couple of chapters. And honestly, I felt like I really wanted to cut my wrists. First time I ever wanted to play the emo violin. First time. I was like, holy shit. I want to kill myself now. I'm going to go do that as soon as I get home and make this video. Okay, I'm done now. I'm back, everybody. So yeah, if you're gonna turn around and recommend a book that you might know for a fact everybody's going to like, your best bet, don't do one about a post-apocalyptic world that makes someone want to play the emo violin. Because, yeah, you're probably going to end up on a video that's much like this. Grainy, shitty, and made by somebody who has absolutely no personality whatsoever. Just like me. Okay, everybody, this is the end of the first episode. Also, as a little bit of a side note, I'm going to be posting some, bloopers at the end of every episode. There's going to be little bloopers for it, so... Oh, wow, I'm almost at 12 minutes. I gotta get going or else I am going to have to make this a twofer. See ya!